He's going to come to New Hampshire. You wait to see the beard off of Omar. But if he shaves it off, it's spring coming. You know, a lot of us who've served in the military, we speak in military metaphors. And for those of you who are married to us, thank you. God bless you. You helped us stay strong on those lonely nights. And I really did mean it, that every single one of those people who served in the military stood on a wall all by themselves at one point in their career. And they did it not for them, because it would be far easier to jump off that wall and just go do something else. Make no mistake about it, that everybody who joined the military or served as a policeman, the DNA of these people is unlike anyone else. They are so committed to protecting you and so committed to honoring their oath. It's amazing that so many people in this country don't realize that someone as simple as that Walmart greeter, or someone as simple as that mechanic who came home from Iraq and now works for a dealership, at one point and still at this point would do anything to defend you. It's sad that we forget that. And it's probably why so many of them forget their oaths. Because they forget simple people of humble means, of wonderful parents, of lovely families, at one point put on that uniform, went forth, and said, "Tonight, sleep tight, I will protect you." Thank you very much. And the greatest joy of my life, there's a lot of great joys, getting married. My son, who will be going to Norwich, many of you who were up here for this last rally heard him speak. He is going to serve his country, and I couldn't be any more prouder as a parent to have my only son come to me and say, "Dad, I'm going to serve," without hesitation. And I told you that last rally, it wasn't because of me, it was because of you guys. You're his family. He's come to these rallies since he was a little kid. He couldn't help but love this country. He couldn't help but know what this country's about. And this next gentleman was a very big part of that. My son loves this next gentleman. I love this next gentleman. I don't even bother reading a bio about him anymore. I say so many different things about this next gentleman. He's humble, and the press would like you to believe he isn't. He's committed to this country, and some in party, Democrat and Republican, would like you to believe he isn't. He's a man of great integrity, loves his family, loves his country, loves his brothers and sisters, and would do anything for them. I've told you once before that I judge my friends very simple. Would I trust them with my child? I do this next person. And when I jump into the foxhole, is he going to jump in behind me and stab me in the ass, or sit beside me and fight with me? And this next person I know will do that. He's done something this past week by submitting this petition, and the press has already started to attack him, and the parties have already started to attack him. Don't you believe it? The Democrats are like, this is a foolish move, and the Republicans. These are the same people who vote stupid bills like HB 135, and we're supposed to believe their rhetoric. But in the end, this person really does everything for us. And at some point, we have to stand behind him. And at some point, we have to protect him. And at some point, we have to defend him. And at some point, we have to stand with him. And now is the time. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, he is a friend. He is someone I'm proud to call friend. He is a brother, and I love him very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Kimball.
Well, I do want to thank my wife, Donna Marie, for putting up with me through all this. She's over here in the red coat with the red, white, and blue scarf. And before I get into what I want to say, I want to shout out to Rand Paul. Rand Paul has stood tall for all of us with the filibuster, and the rest of the senators too that backed him up: Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and 14 others. Also, too, it looks like hopefully they still may get the filibuster, but we'll wait and see how this plays out.
How about AI?
Yeah, you know who was absent on this. So you all have a profound responsibility. You have to make sure that you vote for the right people, ask the right questions. And if they go and they take their offices and they violate their oath of office, that's just what this rally is about. You don't vote them in next time. You have to get somebody else. That's your job.
Right, primary.
I want to talk to you, though, about the county sheriffs. The county sheriffs across the country have the most power in a state besides their governor. They are elected. Unlike, of course, chiefs of police, the local police, the state police. The county sheriffs are elected. They report to you, the people who put them there. Their loyalty is to you and the Constitution that they swore an oath to keep. The Second Amendment is critical to the Constitution. It is, in fact, the protector of it. That's why it is the Second Amendment. I wrote a letter on March 23rd, certified letter to all 10 of our sheriffs. I'll read it to you, it's brief. It said, the members of the Granite State Patriots Liberty PAC have become increasingly concerned about our constitutionally guaranteed liberties and the threatened loss of these liberties caused by the words and actions of our officials and legislators. As citizens of New Hampshire, we consider our county sheriffs to be the last protector of our rights. The county sheriff is not answerable to the state government, the federal government, or the local police. He or she is answerable solely to who? You, the people. For that reason, we ask for your commitment to uphold your oath taken when you were sworn into office. Namely, I, their name, hereby do solemnly swear that I will support and defend this Constitution of the United States of America and their state against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help me God. We respectfully ask for your response to the following questions. 1. Will you promise that you will not enforce any laws that infringe on our constitutional rights? 2. Will you promise that you will not participate in any gun confiscation process, no matter the source of the order? 3. Will you defend the citizens of your county, as is your sworn duty, by preventing any action by those who would infringe on our constitutional rights? Your position on these issues is of extreme importance to us, and we implore you to respond honestly to our inquiries. We look forward to your prompt reply.
Thank you.
2 days later, I got an email, and that email came from Chief Scott Hilliard. He's the president of the New Hampshire Sheriff's Association. Gave me a brief response. It was rapid, and I thanked him for that. He said, Dear Mr. Kimball, I received your letter regarding my oath of office. And as president of the New Hampshire Sheriff's Association, we as a group issued a statement on our position on our website of our homepage, www.newhampshiresheriffsassociation.org. You can go to that site and see it. Please feel free to read it there and share it with your group. Well, I had read this the same day they put it out, many weeks ago. And it's nice, but it doesn't address any of the questions that I asked. I wrote back, and I thanked him for his response. And I basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing, I basically said, you know, that letter I read, and it really isn't powerful enough, it's not pointed enough. You've got to answer the questions. These are the things that we're concerned about. And I said, and I'd also like to invite all the sheriffs to come here and speak to you. You didn't hear any today.
Very sad.
All right? But I did get 2 letters, aside from his email. One letter I'll read, very brief. Dear Mr. Kimball, thank you for your inquiry in reference to adherence to our oath of office. Enclosed is a copy of the Stratford County elected officials' oath of office. All citizens should rest assured that I will honor both the duty and constitutional sections of the oath in service to the people of Stratford County and the state of New Hampshire. Sincerely, Sheriff David Dubois. All right, okay, thank you, Sheriff. I called him up and thanked him. I asked him to come here. And then I got one more letter. I just got it a couple days ago. It was my own letter that I had sent out, certified, and it came back. And Sheriff Gerald McCoo, Lewis County, sent my letter back with a nice comment on it. He said, Jack, I agree with all of the questions you asked. And he put on the back, I've just had shoulder surgery, and I'm going to be lying low for a while. But I'm on board with you, the Granite State Patriots, and the PAC. So there are 2 sheriffs. That's important. It's important. I don't want to be picking on the sheriffs. I really don't want to be picking on them. I want them to support us. I want them to back us up. I want to make darn sure if anyone comes into this state and attempts to confiscate our weapons, that they arrest them, that they put them in shackles, all right? Don't think it can't happen. Colorado, the governor of Colorado has given the okay to the Secret Service and other federal organizations to actually come in and arrest any of his sheriffs that won't enforce their new crazy gun laws. He's given them permission to do it. So here, it's going to be on YouTube, here's a little advice from lowly little Jack Kimball in New Hampshire. Sheriffs of Colorado, arrest your governor. And then put it up on YouTube. Active duty military personnel. God love all of those folks. They have been through it for 10 long years. I'm a Pease greeter. I haven't been there that often lately, but I've greeted over 200 flights. Those men and women of our armed forces have really stood tall, and they have suffered a lot. We have lost an awful lot of men and women, and we also have a lot of them coming home broken. And we owe them such a debt of gratitude. The blood and treasure that has been expended on our behalf all through history by our military is absolutely amazing. We have been blessed to live in this great country of ours because of them. Because of them. Please, all the veterans, raise your hands here today that are still left here. Give a big round of applause to these folks. Thank you. Now, I'm going to talk about what's going on today. I am absolutely disgusted what's happening to our recent veterans, the people who just got out. A lot of them have PTSD. Hell, a lot of them have it while they're in. But of course, they're still sent back into battle. They still carry their M16s, and they bleed and they die for us. Now when they're getting out, they're getting letters from the VA. When they're in, they're an asset. When they're out, they're a liability. Because maybe they had PTSD or had other issues while they were in, or even if they have had a traumatic injury or wound, they're being told they can't have weapons.
Outrageous! Criminal!
Think about that for 1 minute. It's okay while they're in. It's not okay when they're out. That's what's going on. This is backdoor gun confiscation. The other thing, you talk about sequestration. Are you kidding me? That's not a cut, folks. Sequestration is simply a reduction in the increase this year. We're going to be spending more this year than we did last year. This is a dog and pony show. Shutting down the White House so the children can't go through their tours is an outright disgrace. Barack Obama has already suspended college refund money to our veterans. I don't know if you know that or not. That's the thanks that they get. The United Nations Arms Treaty. I don't know if you know this or not, but about a week and a half ago, the United States of America dropped the requirement for consensus on a vote on treaties like this, and then went and voted yes in favor of the UN Arms Treaty in the General Assembly. That's what our government did. Make no mistake about this. Barack Obama intends to disarm this country. If you don't think so, you're not paying attention. He doesn't care if the Senate approves the treaty or not. He will do it on his own if he has to. He said it to you. He doesn't hide these things.
The tyrant!
You have to be vigilant.
The Marxist criminals!
Take a look, careful look, at what Department of Homeland Security is doing. They have now ordered well over 2 billion rounds of hollow point ammunition. All of you who are gun owners know hollow point rounds aren't used for target practice. The MRAPs that have been purchased, 7,000 additional fully automatic M16s. What I find amazingly interesting, however, is that Barack Obama has given himself the power to assassinate by drone any American citizen he desires, whether they're outside the country or here.
He's a tyrant.
Think about that for 1 minute. No due process will be given them. But what did we just do? Our Pentagon have been disastrous. $500 billion just had really gutted our military. And now, with sequestration, look at the show that they've been putting on.
Sabotage.
Yep, it is. We have five, which is about half of our aircraft carriers, all in Norfolk, Virginia at the same time. Does that bring back, exactly, does that bring back a little memory? Pearl Harbor? That should never happen, but they're there. The claim is we don't have the money to refuel one of them. We don't have the money to recondition another. But there they sit. And there's smaller carriers there as well. Non-nuclear, mostly used for spec ops stuff, but they're there too, and they're all lined up. You can look it up. You can just go on the internet and look yourself.
Obama spent it on his vacation.
We're also talk about extravagance. I mean, this president could care less about what's going on in the country. I mean, he's taken all those extravagant vacations. So isn't Joe Biden, for that matter, the two of them. All they're going to do is cut down 1 or 2 of their vacations, and all the kids can go through the White House, you know, and take their tours. How about that? Now, I don't know about you, but yesterday, boy, I tell you, I got a chill run up and down my spine. We find out that the intel on North Korea has been extremely bad. Now we find out, oh, well, wait a minute, maybe they do have nuclear weapons that can be launched on the tip of a missile. Let me give some advice to Barack Obama, because I think it's essential that he has it. He doesn't really understand what's going on, I don't think. President Obama, those North Korean missiles that they rolled out, they better not leave the ground. You take those missiles out, and you take them out as soon as possible. Don't wait to find out if they are nuclear tipped or not. Take them out.
Take them all out.
You know, we're here today because of our oath of office, and also, of course, supporting our Constitution and taking people to task for violating their oath of office. But Barack Obama, he has violated his oath of office so many times I can't count. And he's doing it right now, campaigning across the country to take away, in fact, not only take away your right to keep and bear arms, he wants to eliminate and gut the Second Amendment. Why? Because he knows he can't complete what he set out to do, which is to completely bring this country down, as long as we are armed. And as long as we are armed, by God, we are not going to let that happen. Come and get them. This man does not let a good crisis go to waste, does he? He's using children as props. He's using the parents of the dead children from Sandy Hook as props. What a disgrace. I want you to remember and make a lot of noise about Fast and Furious. Do not let that go. Our government provided weapons to murderers, kidnappers, drug dealers in an effort to try to entrap and scam honest gun dealers in the United States of America. And we lost one of our agents as a result, and hundreds of innocent Mexican civilians have died as a result of those actions. Benghazi. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I'm not going to let that go for 1 minute. We have 4 dead Americans, and we have 2 heroic prior Navy SEALs that really were absolute heroes that day, and they got no help at all. Ty Woods and Glenn Doherty. Sorry, who?
Let's not forget Border Agent Brian Kerry.
I didn't mention Border Agent Brian Kerry. This man is absolutely right. We lost him. He's a hero as well.
2010.
Now, I said it twice in the last two rallies. I'm going to say it again. I am going to ask Congress, again, for the third time, to wake up and realize we're this far from losing it all. You are responsible for this country's safekeeping. You are responsible for honoring your oath of office. You are responsible because we put you there. And I am asking you to start impeachment proceedings against this president as soon as possible. This should have already been done. If this was a Republican president, he wouldn't be there now. Don Jermaine said it too. United we stand, and divided we fall. Every one of you have to remember one key thing. Whatever you are all Americans. And I don't care about the R and the D. We have to start blurring that. We have to start acting like Americans once again.
One republic. Independent.
This president is the most divisive president in our lifetime. It is intentional, folks. He knows if we have a divided population, he can succeed with relative ease. He has divided us by race. He has divided us by religion. He's divided us by economic strata, and he is definitely dividing us gun, no gun. That's not what Americans are about.
Individuals.
We honestly have to wake up to the fact that this is intentional. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, folks. Stop walking over the cliff like lemmings.
You're here.
Help each other out. Pull together. Remember all the blood and treasure that has been expended to provide you with the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that you have had in this country. It is Thomas Jefferson's birthday today, and I'd like to close with a couple of his quotes. Remember this: a society that will trade a little liberty for a little order will lose both and deserve neither. And this one: when the government fears the people, there is liberty. But when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. I now call on all of you to make darn sure that this government fears the people. All it takes for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. Join me in this effort. Sign the petitions, and we need state reps over at the Red Tent, if they're still here, to help sponsor those petitions. Don't be timid. The time for timidity is long since gone. Be bold, be brave. Take very, very bold steps. And this is one of them. Don't let anyone ridicule you. Don't let anyone threaten you. We are Americans, and we're going to stand up for this country, and we're going to take her back. She's worth it. Thank you for coming today. Thank you very much.
The band's going to come back up here and play a few more songs.
Live free.
Live free! Live free! I love you guys. You're so great. I love the fact that I was bred and raised in New Hampshire. You know, as they get ready to go, and as we thank you very much, we're going to give the raffle away here too, so get your tickets out. You know, my dad was from a coal mining family in West Virginia. My mom was from a debutante from Massachusetts. I was born to be a liberal Democrat. But fortunately, both my parents were extremely smart, and they said we're going to make sure that all of our children are born in New Hampshire, raised in New Hampshire. So I thank them and I thank you for the blessings. And if you can't hear the dog barking up here, he sensed a few liberals. So we got the tickets ready? So this is how it's going to work. The first person chosen gets to pick anything from the prizes first, and then we keep working our way down that way. So what do we got for our tickets? I am ready for the first one. Thanks, Keith. And it's a yellow ticket, and the number is 390627. And you get to pick up the gift that you want. So it's 390627. There we go, outstanding. So pick what you would like. Well, they're going to ask me to sing here in a little bit. I heard I was from West Virginia, or at least one. So Dennis. And for those of you who came to this rally without liberty in your heart, and you're actually just here to take pictures of us and films from us and put them on your fancy websites, I don't care. The last time the Democrats tried to use me in a commercial, it backfired because everybody started looking up to see if in fact the Democratic Party started the KKK, and when people found out they did, they took my video down.
Croc TV.